and take the chance. Why would anyone decide in this uncharted area to potentially threaten default? That is like playing Russian roulette with one bullet and only two chambers. No responsible nation would do that. So we've heard from some on the other side, well, here's what we ought to do. Maybe we'll kind of default, but we'll pay our bonds and we'll pay Social Security, pay our military, and then everything else, well, that'll be put on hold. That, to me, shows a remarkable, fundamental lack of understanding of how government or economics works. No government has ever tried that. But let's, for the sake of argument, suppose that somehow that quote-unquote prioritization scheme might stave off America defaulting for a week or two. Here's the other half of the story, though, that they don't acknowledge. Even if America pays its debt, on that list of prioritization does not appear Medicaid, education, transportation, law enforcement. And you know where a lot of those dollars go? Those dollars don't stay spent at the federal level. They're spent at your state government level. They're spent at your local government level. I had the great honor of being governor of Virginia before I came to the Senate. We worked really hard to keep a AAA bond rating. But in the Commonwealth of Virginia, in the state of Maryland, I see my colleague from Maryland, I see my colleague from Louisiana here, state of Louisiana, every one of these states, at least a third of their state budgets are dollars that pass from the federal government down to the state level. We could see within a week or maybe even less, every state government, every local government in America either have a budget crisis or default. We could have the story of what's happening in Detroit happen across every community in America, not because of mistakes made at the local level or state level, but because of the irresponsibility of a group of folks up here who don't understand the economics that you don't mess with the full faith and credit of America. What other costs are we playing with here? Well, many of the folks who've been most adamant about keeping the government shut, which, by the way, will cost the taxpayers more. It will not save us a dime. Federal employees will be paid, but starting and stopping all these government contracts will hurt the economy, decrease tax revenues, and actually cost taxpayers more. But what may be even more jeopardizing than those actions would be, with this kind of irresponsible testing of the markets or brinksmanship, you could see interest rates rise. For every 1 point of increased interest payment on our debt, that accounts for $110 billion of additional federal government payments every year. A 1% interest on the debt increase over a 10-year basis, that's an extra $1 trillion of government spending that has a priority over any other aspect of federal government spending. You talk about a tax hike that gets America nothing from a group that says we don't want to increase taxes at any cost. Well, playing with the debt ceiling, 1% interest, $110 billion tax hike on every American family, every American business. And again, that you can't say a few days later, oops, and the market would then take back down our interest rates. So, Madam President, I know other colleagues are here and they want to speak as well. I and my business life, my time as governor, my time as senator, have never seen an action that it's nearly as irresponsible as the actions taken by this. And I don't think this is the majority of the colleagues on the other side, but a small cohort of ideologues who are willing to do whatever, including burn down the House,